I'm Laura.
I'm Victoria.
And I'm Petra. And it's my turn for the podcast Translation Murder, which you are listening at the moment.
Oh, we haven't done this in a while. Good to
Yes.
have you back, Petra.
Yes,
we
good
missed
to
you
have you
last
back.
time.
Yes, I went on a adventure to find more international, not international crime, but crime around the globe to introduce to our listeners.
Yeah,
It
you
was a
brought back
research trip.
Yeah. Yes, it was only a research trip.
Yes.
The podcast paid for it.
Definitely.
Paid for it. No, it didn't. That would be nice, though.
With the podcast fund that we definitely have.
Yes, because we have so many listeners, and it's very lucrative.
Getting rich here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so today, as there was a bit longer pause, I need to warm up a bit. So I'm just going to go with a bit shorter case from Finland. I saw a news article about this a while ago. I was looking for something that was already a bit older case, but I think this might lead us to some discussions. The case itself is not maybe the most interesting, but anyway, enough for pre-talk. So, in June 2022, so not super old, quite recent actually.
Wow. Okay.
Expected something like actually old.
Yeah,
like
I mean
60s or something.
I mean, the news article that I found wasn't like in the recent news, but like 2 years ago news. Because I was searching for something. Maybe murder cases, who knows? I could be doing that. So 2022, in June, a mother and her daughter get worried about a second daughter. So basically, her sister and mother get worried about this adult 38-year-old woman who's not answering to her phone. They are not able to get any contact with her for several weeks. So, but the mom did say that sometimes they would have kind of like fights. They were not agreeing with everything, and it was not uncommon that she ignored her mom's calls for a while. But there had been quite a long period, so they got worried. So they went to visit her home, and a man that they did recognize as her boyfriend opened the door and ran, just whoops. And also
ran where, like away
like
from
out of
them, like out of the apartment.
Yeah, out of the like building. It was like an apartment building. It was in
not suspicious.
Yeah, not at all. And this was in Ylivieska, which is it's somewhere northwest.
This sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen some signs for this.
We have some foster homes there, I think.
Ylivieska. I think I've been to Ylivieska. There is a train station. Yeah, so it's kind of maybe 100 or 200 kilometers. No, that much. Anyway, down from Oulu. So it's like Pohjanmaa, basically.
Yeah. I've probably seen signs when I've been driving up to Oulu or something, but like Ylivieska this way.
Oh, okay. I thought it was much closer to Helsinki.
No. It's more like, it's closer to Oulu.
Yeah.
Also like close to Oulu, 200 kilometers.
Okay, maybe 200 is too much.
It's not that much. It's only like a couple hour drive, right?
Yeah.
In the summertime.
Like, especially in the countryside. But yeah, Ylivieska. And
what does Vieska mean? Sorry.
I don't know. I should check that from a etymology
standpoint. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. I don't know, because I'm like Yli, but what is it over? Over
because I have a feeling there is Alivieska too.
Okay.
Vieska doesn't sound super Finnish somehow.
Okay, it has originally meant a shallow part in a river where, for example, animals such as reindeers can like
Uh-huh.
walk
Yeah,
through the river.
lauma alignment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So it's like shallow enough to walk,
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
cross the river just by walking.
Yeah, like a river crossing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I had no idea, but
Yeah.
it's not like a common use, I would say. Or
Yeah.
maybe I just don't discuss about rivers enough.
Yeah, there's in Finland. I'm just reading the Finnish article too. In Finland, the Kalajoki Laakso is two whatever low parts, the Alivieska and Ylivieska. So
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, because Kalajoki is very close to.
yeah, okay.
Okay,
Tangent,
makes sense.
side tangent. Sorry.
Yes, completely
'Cause I'm like,
unrelated.
I did not know that word. So
Yeah, and this is like the least important word you can learn in Finnish.
is
Because
it
I, as a native Finn, didn't know it either.
true? I'm gonna ask now. Like, on the like, do you know what Vieska is?
Maybe
Oh, let me
but
tell
maybe he
you.
would. Like, I'm a city girl, so I might have a
Yeah.
limited vocabulary on these kind of words.
Also, is it one of those words where you feel like, oh, I've never heard this word. What does it mean? You check it out, and then you keep bumping into it all the time after that.
Yeah,
It
Might
now I
just
be.
keeps
will.
coming up like everywhere.
Like in
you're like,
Vieska
Moomin and
suddenly.
wow.
everything, and oh wow,
Yeah, you start to read a novel, and it's like, they crossed the Vieska. Like, oh, Vieska. Okay.
yeah,
Sorry. I mean, this case is horrible, so I'm also a bit avoiding to get into the point.
okay, yeah, yes. We need to get our laughs out now.
Yeah,
Okay,
because okay. So
now to the low point.
so we go back to the situation that they had the guy inside, the boyfriend has opened the door and left the building running, and immediately they notice that there is a horrible smell in the apartment, and they go inside, and
No,
they do
don't do
find,
that.
yes, she's basically rotten, but I guess they can figure out from the fact that it is her apartment that it is indeed her.
I have so many questions.
I have like a statement that I want to make.
Mhm.
I like death, like the smell of death is like fucking sickening. It's like, it's a very distinct, like I don't, it stays in your nostrils, right? And
I don't know. I don't smell death that often.
okay, well, I've smelled it a few times, just like dead animals, and it's pretty fucked, like
Yeah.
rotting dead animals, and yeah, it's fucking nasty.
Yeah.
And I just like, if you smell that, it's not like, oh, I wonder what that smell is. Like, even if you've never smelled it before, you're like, that is the smell of death. It's like one of those fucking nasty ass smells that just immediately grosses you out. So it's in 2022. I would have just immediately called the cops because I knew that someone probably would have been dead. And it is my
You
daughter.
would have called the cops if you were a neighbor, or
no,
what do
I
you
would
mean?
have called the cops if I was them because like I knew like I don't want to traumatize myself with like a horrible sight of my daughter probably dead,
So
you know?
without going
Without
inside, just
going
like
in.
smelling it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think I would have just called immediately and been like, suspicious smell, like death at my daughter's
Yeah.
apartment.
But then I
I
guess you
just,
get panicky that, oh my God, something is very wrong. I have to go and
Yeah.
see.
And I
yeah.
mean, you think you're worried, like it's your daughter, so you're kind of like, okay,
Ugh.
you get this adrenaline. You're like, oh shit, something really bad has happened. Like this
Yeah.
is bad.
But also in June, because like, okay, Finland doesn't necessarily get like super hot, right? But in June, you have, especially near Oulu, you know, you have like the close to midnight sun. You know, it's not near the Arctic. It's because Oulu is like 120 kilometers south of the Arctic Circle. But then, so 300 kilometers south is
But anyway,
Ylivieska.
most of the day is
Most of the
daylight.
days, and in June it can be nice weather. So you're gonna assume that there's no AC inside the apartment, and it's gonna be hot, and you'd probably open the windows, but I guess not. Like, if this guy had opened the windows, do you think then neighbors would have said something. I mean, it's in an apartment building, right?
Yeah, and
But
Yeah.
you would even smell it in the other apartments. Like
Yeah, like seeping
I
through.
notice if a neighbor is cooking something
Yeah, because like
smelly.
the post
Yeah.
office box is also like, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Unless it's one of those like luhtitalos, then it could be a bit.
Not by
eh.
the photos. It looked like it's like an inside corridors.
Okay, then that's
Like there
fucked.
were some photos in the.
Okay,
Like
then
even
that's
it's not
fucked.
from your own apartment, but if you go out to the
Yes,
hallway.
the hallway.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
And,
suspicious. Yeah, that's
Like I was reading some forums around this, and there was some notes that there had been flies, but I don't know. There was also like it said that this was like a city apartment, so like a cheap one that you can get from
Yeah.
the city. So it might be that people are not bothering that much. Like maybe this is a bit of a stereotype, but my stereotype is that in many of the city apartments, it's more like you just live there, it's cheap, you maybe don't have such a community of neighbors. You don't, like, if you start hating the place, you're kind of like, well, I'll just leave. And like, it's, yeah, maybe people have been just like, oh, such an awful smell. Who cares?
But like
Yeah.
it's a
But
yeah.
it's such a distinct smell. I'm having such a hard time believing that they
Yeah.
didn't fucking notice it or like
Yeah.
make a complaint about it. I mean, okay,
Yeah, I
maybe
think it
my
would
part
be.
would have been like, I don't want to be culturally insensitive, you know, maybe there's someone has some really weird cooking, but even that smell, it's not cooking smell.
I
It's
don't-
not a cooking smell.
I doubt that
No.
in Ylivieska, I don't think Ylivieska is the most multicultural municipality of Finland.
And usually
But
like
I mean,
foreign
anyway,
food
even if
smells
it
pretty
was,
good. Oh god, no. But that does not. It does not smell nice.
I tried to find what the temperature was in June in Ylivieska in like 2022, but I couldn't. So
But I mean, anyway, a Finnish apartment is always somewhat warm. So, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing, well, okay, we can actually continue about the neighbors because about a few weeks before this finding happened, the neighbors had called the police because they had heard alarming voices. I mean, noises. I mean, voices. Maybe both from the apartment. So, like, they were, oh, this sounds like, yeah, some
people
people are fighting,
Yeah.
So, at least at that time, there were neighbors who cared that much. Maybe it was, bothering them. Maybe they were worried. And police did go there. And the guy opened the door then and said, oh, she left out to get some fresh air. Yeah, we were fighting a bit and, she ran out to get some fresh air. And what does the police do? Say like, oh, okay, have a good night,
That's
sir.
bullshit. Then I would
We
have
never
said,
came back.
we'll wait here until she gets back then.
Yeah.
You know?
Or like, can we come inside and take a look? Like,
Yes.
Yeah,
Or
I mean, yeah,
can
I
we
get
come back tomorrow or in an hour or something? Like have her call us or whatever.
yes,
anything.
something, yeah. Like I think going into the apartment would have been a bit much, but at least some type of check up and been like, okay, well, we heard some disturbing call. Your neighbor said that there were some disturbing noises, so let's just check to see that she's still alive. This brings up the Gabby Petito thing. Like the cops in that situation, could have done a little bit more, just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
it's easy to, of course, say things afterwards. And I
But with domestic
understand-
violence, I
Yeah.
just feel like you need
Like
to
wouldn't
have
you want
both
to
of
see
them.
Yeah, like both people. Like are
Yes.
both of these people fine?
Yes.
Yes.
And the thing is that this was not the first time. She had reported him to the police for domestic violence previously.
Fuck.
She had been in a safe house.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
That gets worse.
if you're
Okay.
a police, can't you see this information? Like
Yes,
I
you would
understand that
think.
because sometimes neighbor call and it's just a party going on and the police is like, okay, the party calm down. We don't need to do anything. Have a good night. Please don't start the party again. Like of
Yeah,
course
sure.
it's not always violence happening. And sometimes you have a very noisy fight and then it calms down and it's like people can shout without violence too, of course.
Sure.
But like here you have so much context that should have been in the hands of the police already. So you should kind of be extra, suspicious.
Like ask, like, okay, so who is that other person who lives here? Okay, let's
And the
check
thing
her.
is, this
Like
guy
it
doesn't
must
live here.
be.
Like, the woman lives here alone.
Okay. They should have done a
Like,
welfare
okay,
check.
you leave
Like,
your own home and the boyfriend
yeah.
stays there.
Yeah.
The situation is not good anyway there.
Yeah.
Like,
If anything, the boyfriend would have been kicked out to go for a walk. Why would you leave your own apartment?
I mean, of course you would if
Yeah.
you're like, oh my god, the boyfriend is going to kill me. I'll run
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
That
But I
makes
mean,
sense.
like in the sense that she just went to cool off for a walk, you wouldn't have
Yeah.
that necessarily. Get the fuck out of my apartment. You get the fuck out and go for a walk. This is
But
my
I
apartment.
mean, either way, even if it's like, they were fighting, let's say it would have not been a very like a violent fight or anything, just people fighting, someone calls the police, whatever. Not unrealistic to think that one of them, even if it's her apartment, like she would say that, okay, I need to take a walk. And then, okay, police arrives, then that it could still be,
of course, yeah.
realistic. But then wouldn't they do at least something, like check the background of this person or come back later or anything? Like it can be that it's a totally innocent thing, but if they would have put in like 1 minute of extra work, and then you pull up the record and see that, okay, well, actually this person already reported this guy for domestic violence, like then
like try to call her or something, like reach her, like,
Yeah.
hey, we heard from the neighbors and we found the guy in your apartment. You weren't there. Can you tell, is everything okay?
Yeah.
But this just sounds like, okay, they were doing they were doing the bare minimum. Like,
I don't think you should
okay,
apologize for saying fucking, by the way. I say it all the
No.
time. So, yeah.
yeah, true.
No, but really,
But yeah, like that
Not
was the bare
even that.
minimum. You just go
why go out
there,
then?
like, okay, nothing is happening at the moment in front of our eyes.
Why did they what is the reason for going out in person
Yeah.
if they're not actually checking the situation?
Yeah.
Okay, they're not yelling now. I guess it's fine.
Yeah. Fucking Christ. Okay. Is it going to get worse than this or?
I think the worst part kind of was this, but
Okay.
I will tell some other unpleasant facts about this case.
Do it.
So basically, yeah, she had previously lived in Rovaniemi, which is in Lapland, much more north, and there she had the issues with violence, like that he had treated her violently, and her mom and friends knew about their relationship and they did not like it. They knew that he had been violent. She had been in the safe house. She had reported him to the police. And then she had moved to Ylivieska to get rid of him. And she was apparently had been afraid of him killing her.
Fuck.
So, like, this sounds very clear case in a way. Like, she's not hiding it. She's not protecting him or anything.
No.
Like, sometimes can happen in domestic violence situations.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to leave.
Yeah.
It's-
But
yeah,
I think
yeah.
she had done quite a good work here.
Yeah.
Like, good work. But I mean, she had been
she tried
able
all
to...
the steps, yeah.
Yeah,
to get
and
over the
Ylivieska
pain.
is far away from Rovaniemi.
Yeah.
Really makes you wonder that what else can someone do
Yeah.
who's a victim?
And like, I just feel that the police has utterly, completely failed her. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, the only mistakes, like, her friends and mom had said to her that don't open the door if he comes. So that was her only mistake, that she had indeed let him inside.
So, okay, so this guy was not living in that apartment
No,
at the
no.
time. He
Like,
just went there, and that's when presumably this whole thing like happened. That's when they got into a fight, and then he ended up killing her.
It's not said whether that was the first time he might have gone there to, like, oh, please, let's try again. who knows?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Maybe he had come there several times already, and this was the time that things escalated. Or
mm-hmm.
maybe this was the first time he followed her all the way to Ylivieska and decided to kill her. Like, we have absolutely no idea of
Okay.
this context. Anyway, so she had been afraid that he would kill her, and she had been right about it, as we now see.
Why was the guy in the apartment still?
Yes,
Yeah.
now we get to the other unpleasant fact. It seems that he was just hanging there, like living there with the body for several weeks. Because the thing
Wow.
was that he didn't have a permanent address anywhere. So he was basically homeless. Can be one of the reasons. Maybe he was like, oh, I'll go bunk with my ex-girlfriend, whatever, I don't know. And she didn't like it, so I'll kill her. And then I'll just live with the body. Like, I
Wow.
don't know. He doesn't sound very stable.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like, he was just living there with the rotting body, with the smell.
I mean, it sounds like he had to have some very serious mental issues. Like, not,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like, wouldn't you either leave and pretend that you never went there, try to avoid getting caught, or at least like hiding the body somewhere, like something.
Yeah. But not like, oh, I just killed someone. I will just stay here and live with them.
That's fucking gross. I wonder
Hmm.
if he like laid next to the body. Did he like just put her in a room and just I don't know. I kind of want to know a little
But
bit
I
more,
mean,
but
we don't know what
yeah,
he was
yeah.
doing there during that time. And of course, we don't know how much he was spending time. But the fact that he was there
Yeah, yeah,
when they came to, and like that he just opens the door and runs.
yeah.
That's,
It
So
wasn't
so
me.
he understands that he kind of, now he was caught, he has to run.
Yeah.
yeah.
But he didn't think about this before, that he should probably not stay there.
Yeah. I
Wow.
don't think he was like very healthy in his mind.
Interesting mental state. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, there was some time that they were looking for him. As said, he ran, but of course they did recognize him apparently, and like it was known who he was. So eventually he was found on 23rd of June, and he was arrested with the suspicion of murder.
Mm-hmm.
This was the one that I forgot to check in English. So there is like there are these two levels that you can like syytä epäillä,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have
So reason
syytä
to
epäillä
suspect.
todennäköisin syin. There's a bit like,
Plausible. Like, yeah, okay.
so if you
Like
have
one is stronger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The second one is stronger, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
so this was the first one. So they have a reason to suspect that he
Yeah.
did the murder.
Yeah.
And then apparently you can keep someone arrested for a week. And
Okay.
in a week you need to get more evidence. Because at this point you just have a suspicion. But
Yeah.
well, strong enough to keep them still there for a week.
Yeah.
That's quite a long
Yeah.
time to take someone's freedom.
Yeah.
If you think that it would happen to you.
Yeah, I guess like in the grand scheme of things, or like cops would probably want to gather all the data first, then arrest on the suspicion of murder, and then go forward with the case, because then they have like all the information, because they're not, working against the clock necessarily.
Yeah.
But then in this situation, they kind of were forced, because of course they need to arrest him, and also because I mean he's like flee. He would flee. He's probably a flight risk or something. So in this
Yeah.
regard, they were kind of forced to make the clock start ticking, on the whole week time, I
But I
guess.
mean, doesn't sound like it should take more than a week to
No.
Well,
gather enough. Oh
don't
no.
Oh,
think
fuck.
so.
Okay.
But due to
no.
a lack of sufficient evidence, the court didn't give them the police was like, this is the guy, come on, but they didn't
Yeah.
have enough proof to present to the court. So court was like, sorry, you need to let him out.
How can no?
So basically, he was released, and of course, the police continues the investigation.
Yeah.
But
What the
I was just reading the murhapiste info and those,
Yeah.
and it seemed that it was a bit, of course, it's quite a small town, Ylivieska, so rumors and stuff go around. So, like when people knew that this guy, who probably everyone believed that he's totally the guilty one, is just there, anywhere, hanging around.
But I guess
Plus
that's
he
also
could
must have
good
been
too. People can keep
yeah.
eyes on him.
Well,
But
yeah.
what if he I don't know, leaves the country?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't sound like he had enough money to leave the country,
Well, yeah.
right?
He
But
didn't have a permanent address, so I don't know
Yeah.
if he had a passport.
passport. Yeah.
But
But still, this is just
I didn't, search for that, but I'm not sure if, I would think that if you're under investigation, the thing is that he was still under investigation for suspect for murder, but
Yeah.
it was that the problem, it wasn't the stronger suspect. If it's the stronger one, then you can keep them arrested. But I would assume that you still cannot travel while you're being investigated for murder.
Remember that case that you brought, the guy who fled to Africa? Which country was it? Was it Morocco or?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there was the one girlfriend that was killed by her partner. And then he fled the country, but he was also under suspicion of murder.
True.
And he ended up fleeing the country, and he's still, decades later, has never been caught, basically.
because I think you can.
Yeah.
So
I don't
there
know.
is.
Many times when you travel, I don't know.
They don't check. Like you just take
They
the
don't
boat
check.
to Tallinn and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's ways to get out of the country for sure. Like,
I once went to
pretty
Tallinn. I
easily.
just forgot
Yeah.
my passport.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like when I was 19 or something.
yeah.
I hope I don't get any fines for that. No, it's old already. Anyway,
Cut this out.
I shouldn't say that.
Admission of guilt.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course. But luckily, this didn't happen. I mean,
But it's just insane. Also, why not the stronger level of suspicion?
Yeah.
yeah,
How could this? How could he be more suspicious than
yeah.
he already was?
Like he was in the apartment where he did not even live. You're hanging with the body. Like, how would he have gotten in there?
Yes. I mean, there's so
There-
much circumstantial evidence, but maybe, they took some samples and were waiting for the results of the DNA testing. Right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
can
Because
take
it can
a
take
while.
months.
Still-
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand there's
Sure,
not
but-
enough evidence for the actual verdict, but I think there's enough evidence to keep him arrested.
What is enough evidence then?
Yeah.
Let's say you always have to wait months for a DNA test. So what is enough evidence?
I think
Having,
circumstantial should
video proof of the murder happening.
Yeah.
Would that be the only?
I mean, I guess one thing here could be, I didn't find any information on here, so this is just speculation, but could be that if they, at that point, if they couldn't, prove, if they didn't have enough evidence that it was a murder, there is a rotten body, but if it was a natural death and for some reason he was there and he's like, oh, a dead body, oh no.
What could I do? I guess I will just keep living like this.
Yeah. But of course, that's that's just an assumption that like he could have just arrived there before the mother and sister.
Yeah.
Who knows? And then he had found her and been like, oh no, what should I do? Oh, ping pong! I'll open the door, but now I panic and run.
But
Like,
does it say how she was murdered? Like, what was the cause of death?
I did write it somewhere. Oh, I didn't. But I think the thing was that they couldn't even properly determine the time of death because she was so rotten. But
I guess it's hard to tell afterwards.
but
Maybe like, strangulation. Could you tell? I guess.
I guess you could still tell, yeah.
yeah. I'll just open the original article. No, yeah, they couldn't determine the like why she died. So not the date, nor the way of death. So I guess that was one of the problems there, that they probably needed to gather quite a lot of circumstantial evidence. But I assume that it was all the like violent past that was in the end enough, because he did. Sorry, I lost my other window.
I mean, I'm not saying that they should have convicted him within a week and like put him to prison.
Yeah.
But like, it sounds like this is enough
Yeah.
Yeah.
reasons for like a pretty strong suspicion, and not to let someone out. This, I don't know, so hard
Yeah,
to
like
understand.
just for the sake of the common safety.
Yeah.
But he was indeed convicted in the Oulu District Court that originally denied the right to keep him arrested. But yeah, of course. Then police, it did take some time, but next year's April, so April 2023, he was convicted of murder and violating the peace of the dead. Is that correct in English? Hautarauhan rikkominen in Finnish.
Yeah.
So the grave peace. Basically, that you are doing something not decent. Like,
is it like defiling a corpse, maybe in English, or?
But it sounds like it's like it can be a passive thing too,
yes,
even if you're not doing things actively to the
basically,
body,
I think like if you find a body, you are like you have to report the body. Otherwise, you're like, it's not respectful. Like, there is those laws that you need to respect the death, the dead. And then he got 9 years and 10 months and 20 days. So almost 10 years in prison for this, and compensation of 10,000 euros for the victim's family, each member.
10 years.
Yeah.
That's okay. Well, I guess this is the thing that we keep discussing over and over again, so maybe we don't have to repeat it now, but wow. Yeah, that's not a long time.
Yeah.
No.
But still, for a while now. I mean, this was 23. So he'll be still in prison for a while.
Yeah. I just was reading the article in Finnish, and like the cause of death could not be determined with certainty, but the court ruled that a knife wound to the neck or an intracranial injury could not be ruled out as the cause of death. So there was some type of...
So there was something to kind of imply that...
Yeah.
But
and then
it
the investigation found traces on the bedroom walls, like on the bedroom walls of like blood, but then it had been washed away. So yeah.
Is that not a sign of like someone
trying to cover it up? Yeah.
I mean, yes, he did get convicted. Yes. I think they just didn't manage to gather all this in the week he was arrested. But yeah,
Fucked.
It's depressive.
Yeah.
But I mean, luckily, apparently nothing happened
Lived for
while
4
he was
weeks.
free.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
just reading more and
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Like
Weeks.
4 weeks, yeah.
Like
4
the last
weeks.
time
4 viikkoa, yeah.
Yeah.
4, yeah.
was between the time that the police had visited
Yeah,
and when
Yeah.
the mom and sister went there.
yeah.
So in these cases, does anyone bring it up in these news articles, or does it ever come? Is it just us complaining about why the police didn't do a little bit more?
I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause
I was reading Iltalehti, like Hesari had this very neutral, but I was reading Iltalehti, which is more of the yellow media.
Yeah, more of like this tabloidy kind of.
Tabloidy, yeah. So
Yeah.
there were more like it was criticized that there were clear signs, and there were like articles interviewing a friend who's like, yeah, she was like complaining that, or like telling that she's afraid of him and he's going to kill her, and she had been to the safe house and everything.
I
So I
just don't
think
understand,
the tabloids were kind of bringing up that, hey, come on, why didn't
Mhm.
anyone do anything?
yeah, it's negligence on the parts of the cops, I think.
But like,
Yeah.
isn't there like some sort of a feedback loop here that, okay, we did this maybe not the best way possible? What do we learn? How do we improve? Like something. It's just insane that this keeps happening all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so, that there is a feedback loop,
Yeah.
that the police did indeed kind of look back to this and plan that if we have similar kind of cases, what should we do in future? Maybe not just say a good night and leave.
Yeah. I mean, I think in the States you can sue the cops for negligence, you know? Like you can bring a case against the cops in
Yeah, I
this
don't think.
regard if they don't like I don't think it
Yeah,
happens in Finland,
yeah, I don't
obviously.
think it would be like you wouldn't sue, but what you could probably do is some kind of like complaint about an public official's work. Like
yeah.
that would be the way
Yeah.
you.
I
But
feel
at
like
least
those
theoretically do.
complaints, they go into a black box.
Yeah.
You never hear back.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's probably a bit similar what you would do, for example, in hospital if you get like something goes wrong with your
Yeah.
surgery or something, then you would file
But then
a
that's what
complaint.
insurance and stuff is for, like insurance payout from the doctor. You know, that's why, at least, okay, I'm just speaking from a United States perspective. Like, that's why doctors and anesthesiologists and all this stuff have really big insurance policies, because if something goes wrong, then you get the payout from their insurance.
Yeah,
And then I guess in this regard, like,
Oh,
I think a lot of people want to get some financial compensation for the loss of their child, at least. You know, the cops, even if they couldn't have prevented it, they didn't go the extra, or they didn't follow through with their actual work in order to check on the safety of
But that's
somebody.
the thing. That we're kind of speculating here, but I'm almost certain that there has to be some rules what the police has to do when they're called for a situation like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have protocols that they didn't follow through on. I'm sure. Yeah.
Like it cannot be just that, well, you show up, if they're not yelling anymore, you leave. Like there has to be some things that you need to check all the people, like something, like, you know, here it's just sounded like they really didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that generally the police in Finland is more professional than in, for example, US. In my image, they do get a proper like, well, it's ammattikorkeakoulu, but still like university level,
Technical school. Yeah.
education for 4 years. So of course they have all scenarios, and they like in 4 years you can learn a lot.
Yeah. I feel like Finnish police are one of the most educated police forces, but then
so you should have kind of like this theoretical background and this kind of what should I do in different kind of situations.
Yes.
But still, like,
But
you're
maybe
tired,
it's because
you're like,
it's
whatever, I don't care. Again, this junkies fighting, like, I would want to be, I don't know.
Lack of compassion then, in that regard.
Like anything. Like, they are
Could be that.
human. They might have an
Yeah.
attitude. They might be tired. Of course, this shouldn't still
No,
happen,
sure.
but there are reasons why people don't always follow the protocols, or that the protocols weren't properly introduced to the local team, or I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know
Easy
if
to
it could
speculate.
also be like, small town, probably not a lot of murders happen. It's my assumption that people don't kill each other very, very frequently in Ylivieska. I don't know.
I mean,
So,
not anywhere in Finland, I would say.
but yeah. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
not that common, maybe. So then they are just like, well, it's probably fine.
Yeah,
They assume the best.
I would think that like couples fighting is quite a common thing that police gets called for, especially like if it's nighttime,
But just
and
like
most of
try
the
and
cases no one gets murdered.
sure.
So they're like, oh, again a fight. La, 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 la.
But try to just at least like have your eyes on both of the people.
Yeah.
Like what if she was like, not dead, but just like badly beaten up or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, like that's also what police is supposed to protect you from. Like not only death, but violence, all kind of crime. That's yeah. Or like he could have been, robbing her. Maybe he was not even fighting, but robbing her. And she's like, oh, who are you? Why did you come to my house? And then, he's just like, oh, she left.
she went for a walk.
I'm
Yeah,
just, taking the telly here.
yeah,
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like, I'm sure police could check who is officially living in that address.
Yeah, because I mean, you have to register to each. Yeah.
And he was not, like, they could easily see that, oh, it's a female name. This is a male.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck.
But yeah.
This is frustrating.
I told that this is a short case, but I thought that probably it will
brings many emotions to the surface that we must discuss.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, in a way, lots of our cases in the end are about like especially in Finland, but domestic violence.
Yeah.
It is here more like to be killed in the streets. That would be very, very rare.
Yeah.
But to be killed by your partner, that happens.
Yep.
Or ex-partner, or
Yeah. I mean, don't they say that like the highest likelihood or when someone will die or get murdered or whatever is when they've left. They're like just about to leave or have left. And yeah. Ugh. Well, I hope this.
So I really do hope that also like we can't get rid of all the bad people overnight. Like we can try to educate and like prevent things, but it's not like all crime will stop happening. So I think there
also
should be
future
more
generations. Yeah.
But I think for now there should be like what we can do now is to actually have police doing their work, like
plus also the people around, just like I think we said this many times. If you see something, say something. If you smell something weird, like maybe report it. Or
but I mean the neighbors did do their due diligence.
They did call the police, so reporting the smell would have been already too late. But definitely, like if nothing is happening and you report, it's fine. I mean, it's still police job to go check whether something is happening or not, which here they didn't do properly.
No, they didn't. Okay, well, I think that's probably it for this episode, right?
What did we learn today?
Fuck.
If you want to commit murder, come to Finland.
Apparently, yeah.
No.
We have nice jails here.
Nice jails, short sentences.
Woo!
No.
Okay, well, thanks for listening, everyone. You can follow us on Instagram. You can send us a email to translationmurderpodcast@gmail.com, where you can give us feedback or whatnot. You can also comment on the episode on Spotify, and please follow our podcast. That would be great. And rate it. That would also be great. And keep listening. Thanks. Hei parola.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.